Why is crime rate going up? Before I talk about that, subscribe to my channel. I upload around 2 to 3 times a week. So if you're interested, click that subscribe button. It will make my life a lot more easier. Actually, no, it doesn't make anything easier. Everything's basically the same. So back to the video. So far in my city, there are shootings on the news daily. Multiple robbings daily. Thieves steals from the same Walgreens 4 times in a day. And the only reason he left after stealing is because he stayed there long enough for the cops to come arrest him, in which they released him and the buffoon comes back to steal. And then they arrest him again. And then he leaves, comes back, steal, arrest, comes back, steal, and gets arrested again. And then he was like, oh, I'll wait until next day and I'll try to get a good loot going. And as a matter of fact, just the other day, I saw a guy stopped a cop car to jaywalk in front of him. And yeah, the cop didn't do shit because, well, the cops are pretty lazy in my city, to be honest. And also they're kind of afraid to arrest people considering this current political climate. And also, like, where they're going to put the criminals at. The truth is, the jail system is overworked. Prison system is overbooked with criminal scum. Is why they don't really book major criminals to prison. Like murderers sometimes get 2 years and the rest of the whatever sentence they have, they get it in probation. So they can get them out for the next guy to come. Like, hey, alright, we don't got enough space, so you gotta get out. We gotta book the next guy in that probably committed like one more murder than you did. And that's pretty much how the system works. Like, it's pretty dog shit, but hey, I don't know. I guess it's just maybe people are just being lazy and not doing their job. And criminals, they don't value their time, so they don't mind going back to prison because they don't realize that their time is valuable. They're fine with they are getting sheltered really well. They're eating pretty well. They get 3 square meals. Actually, I'm not sure about eating enough, but then they got plenty of ass for them to fuck in prison, so I guess like they don't really miss like having a decent female to perform acts with. But I guess that's just if prison pocket works for them, I guess they can go back to prison and satisfy their needs. But yeah, they just don't care about going back to prison sometimes, like whether it's theft, assault, or murder. Like, oh, what, I just had to go back to prison for 3 years and I'll be out? I can just take a job, assassinate someone, go to prison for like 3 years and I'll be out? Hell yeah, I'll take that job. Which is why like criminals don't mind committing crime, because there's just so little time for them to serve. Of course, you have some special cases depending on the judge, like, oh yeah, you're going to serve 25 years or life or whatever, but that's actually pretty rare. It's really pretty rare for people to actually get a decent amount of time, and even that, I don't think it justifies like how much time they really should be getting. Because, imagine if you killed a 20-year-old guy. You look at statistics, guys like would live around up to 70 years. Let's just say on the lower end, they live to 70 years old. And then a guy that's 20-year-old died, 7 minus 20, 50 years. That guy just took 50 years of time off of someone, and he just has to pay like 5 years. That's a deal of a lifetime. Why don't they go do that, right? And as for petty crimes, they resort to that over finding a job. They much rather steal, I don't know, like they steal like $1,000 of stuff per month, and then, oh yeah, I'm living the life. You check out my Louis Vuitton wallet, yeah, I'm living the good life. They don't really sell it, they just use it for themselves, or they just throw it aside after stealing something, and then they probably try to pawn it off to their friends and scam their friends sometimes with fake gold watches or fake Rolexes. And the thing is, they just lack education. They don't have patience to find a job because a job is boring as shit. Well, shit, no, of course a job is boring. It's supposed to be boring. When is a job ever fun? Unless you're a content creator on the internet, a internet panhandler. Yeah, a normal job or a career of some sort is boring, and people, they'd much rather steal than to get a job. And I know people that would give up their careers and, I don't know, like go and train themselves to be a wood constructor or a furniture builder or whatever, because they much rather do that and take like 50% of their paycheck off to do something they like. And that's totally normal. That's fine. But at least that's an honest living. It's not like they're robbing people or anything. But criminals, they just go like, I want to make it big. I saw a lot of these Hollywood movies, right? You go rob a bank and you become millionaires. You will drive Lamborghinis and you'll have a mansion. Like yeah, movies don't really explain these things. When you are a criminal and you're robbing banks on the casual, there's a lot of things you cannot do. Like if you want to buy a house, right, let's say it's like $1 million, or a mansion like you see in the movies that's like $5 million, the government is gonna wonder, hey, where do you get $5 million from? You don't have a job, you don't have, like, where's your source of income? And then they will start, the IRS will question you and ask you all kinds of questions. And yeah, the movie doesn't really go over that. That's all movie magic. But people just watch these things and go like, oh yeah, I think I'm gonna go be a pimp, and I will just be a millionaire overnight. No, that's not really how that works. But people are just living in their own world. They think that life is easy as robbing a bank, but no. And also, for people that rather resort to crime, right? They say jobs are boring. They much rather resort to crime, but they're also too scared to run a proper business, because why? They don't want to incur. There is a lot of fear in running a business. Like you could go into debt. All that time you wasted might surmount to nothing. Your business might fail, and then you'll end up eating shit for a long time. You might be embarrassed for a while. You have to tell everybody, oh yeah, my business failed because I was stupid and I wasn't lucky. Like, of course, yeah, you're gonna face some scrutiny being a business owner, but that's part of being a business owner. You gotta be alpha about it. You gotta take it and say, oh yeah, it failed, whoop-de-doo, and then and you move on, essentially. But then these criminals, they just too cowardly to run a proper business, and these criminals, they're just bad for society. I don't know why. Like, I live in the city, and criminals are tolerated. I won't say what city I live in, but criminals are tolerated. They get arrested, they get released on the same day. Like literally 15 minutes later, you're all right, you're good to go. That's all they get. They don't even book them. They don't like put them on the record for anything. It's just all whatever. And then they release them because cops they're too lazy to deal with these petty crimes. Even with assault or murder attempts, cops in my city, they just let it go. Like, crap, all right, fuck it. As long as you don't do it again, all right, and you're free to go. And then that's the issue. You know what? I feel like with prisons, there would probably be more prisons, or criminals would probably just not go to prisons if there were workshops in there, like sweatshops. Just have them work for their own living. Plus, if you have a workshop inside of prison, it will train them for society. Like, they can pay for their consumption, because criminals, they're just living rent-free. They're living food-free, free clothes, like free, I don't know, shampoo, whatever they like, free toilet paper. They should pay for their own consumption, and the only way they could pay is if they work in prison. Prison should just have, like, workshops, plain and simple. I think I developed a system. Yeah, if they want a better living condition, they can work more. Like if they want a bigger cell, all right, pay this much that you earn. If they want to make more money, they can work for longer periods of time. Instead of 8 hours, they can work a double shift and get OT done. Shit, what the hell is that? All right, someone just ran a stop sign and honked at other people. But I think that's very fair, because these people are what they are sapsuckers. They're freeloaders, and they don't work. All they do is just go around, play basketball and lift weights. That's essentially all they do in prison. And if you have them work, then they won't be wasting our resource, and then they will over time learn how to function in society. Yeah, and if they want to eat more, right, and they want to make more gains, believe it or not, working out is a form of luxury. You want to be buff. Not everyone gets to be buff. Some people, they have to work like 16 hours a day in third world country and they don't have time to work out. And exercising is a form of luxury because we could expend our nutrients into improving our health when we should be expending our nutrients. I mean, when people in third world country expend their nutrients in work or making money. And yeah, it's a luxury. And these prisoners, they are enjoying a luxury. That's why criminals don't mind going back into prison. And now for the big problem. This is a morality issue. Well, some people just like to argue, just to argue sometimes, but this is a dumb argument. Like, some people believe that, oh yeah, they're criminals. We shouldn't be so harsh on them. We should educate them. We should, give them love and care. Who's gonna educate them? Who's gonna spend the time to educate these criminals? Believe it or not, these criminals, they know what they're doing. When they kill someone, they know that they did that consciously. People that talk about sparing criminals or giving criminals a lighter sentence never experienced being attacked or robbed. They just lived in a safe city and they just delegating other people, telling them, yes, you should put yourself at risk, not me. All right, you're being immoral. You should be doing this for other people, not me. So they just have no problem believing that criminals are just these cute innocent people because they never have a clue like what criminals actually do. They never witnessed it. They are too smooth brained to simulate what criminals are capable of. For anyone that believed that criminals should get a lighter sentence, how about you come to my city? You're gonna have to pay for the ticket, and you just go around like the bad neighborhoods in my area. Pretty sure you're gonna have like at least 2 knives stuck in one of your kidneys. But I don't know. Of course, these people that preach about being moral and all never have the audacity to actually face reality, and they much rather lie to themselves and pretend to be the great moral man they are. You know what? I think it's only fair if a person wants a criminal to be free or wants a lighter sentence for let's say a murderer. These people should be able to sponsor these murderers. Like, oh yeah, you want to free this murderer? Okay, that's fair. We can free this murderer. But if this murderer goes out and kills someone else, you gotta kill yourself afterwards. I'm pretty sure these moral people, they will shut up for a good while if you make them accountable for their own words. And that is what I think should be done. It's crude, but I think it teaches people reality that, yeah, maybe I shouldn't force my ideals on people. Maybe I shouldn't flex my moral bone on other people because I never experienced being a victim of violent crime or anything. So I have no problem throwing my rules on other people just because it makes me feel good about myself. These criminals know what they're doing. When they kill someone, they kill with conviction. When they steal with conviction. Like, oh, what? When I put a shotgun to that guy's head and blew his brains out, I didn't thought he was gonna die. I thought the paramedic was gonna come, pick up his brain bits, and glue it all together and put it back in his head and he'll be fine. Like, I didn't thought that pushing that old man off the cliff would get him killed. I thought he would just get back up and just get mad, had a bad day, and that's all. Or, hey, I just kidnapped a kid and I sold him off to a bunch of pedophiles. I didn't know that was illegal. But these criminals, these criminals are so clueless. They just don't know the law. Maybe we should just teach them the law. No, these criminals know what they're doing when they are committing a crime. I think we should just do poetic justice and teach them what's it like to impose themselves on other people. Like, if they steal from someone, they have to pay. If they kill someone, they also have to pay with their life. I think that's really fair for the victims of the family, and that's why crime rate is just going up, because criminals, they just do whatever they want and they could just get away with it. As a matter of fact, there was this one criminal that he killed a grandma while robbing her house, and I think he only got like 2 years in prison, and he has around 12 in probation, like a parole or something. He'll be able to do parole in around for the remaining years after 2 years. And back to my point. That's why crime rate is going up because there's no punishment for these people and they just do whatever they want. Overall, this sucks because some idiots that never experienced a crime happened in their life just decided to make up all these rules to be the great moral man they are and say, oh yeah, everyone deserves a chance. But my philosophy is, if you got 100 chances and you threw it all away, I think yeah, we should probably get rid of them for good. Anyways, that's the end of this video. Subscribe to my channel. See you.